Middle school to high school, I was obsessed with how to make money online. I would jump from one thing to the next, thinking that it was just the business model that I was trying that wasn't right for me. So I try something new, get really inspired and hyped up and do that thing, but end up failing and then go to the next thing. And the cycle kept repeating itself over and over. For most guys, it's not that they're lazy or stupid. They just don't know how long it takes to get results. And I think this is especially because a lot of content creators out there who teach you how to make money online, they teach it in a way that gets you fast results because that's what gets views. If you want to get more views, you pretty much tell someone, hey, you can make money like really fast. You just got to do this. And then in 30 days, you'll become very rich. The problem with that is that it convinces young guys that, hey, I just have to try this thing one time or a few times and then I'll end up getting rich. But that's just not how it works. For some people that may work and you may like hit a lucky break, but for a lot of other people, you've just got to spend a lot more time in the game and make sure that you get things right. And this was my problem. First thing I want you to understand, whether you're doing e-commerce, freelancing, AI software, or content creation, whatever business model you're trying, the first few attempts are not supposed to work. They're supposed to teach you how the game is played. You can kind of imagine it like a game of chess, and you're competing against all of these different champions who have been playing the game of chess for a long time. Basically, people who have been in business for a long time, and you're competing against them. If you're a beginner in business, if you've just learned and starting to learn the game of chess, yes, you can learn online all these different things and tactics to get you ahead. But the first time you play, you're probably going to suck, and that's okay. You're still learning how to play the game. Just because you lose your first game of chess because you're competing against these experts, you can't decide for yourself, oh, well, I can't play this game. Let me move on to something else. No, you have to keep failing. You have to keep trying until you keep learning the game so that you can eventually outcompete. And this is where self-improvement, I think, is very helpful. A lot of self-improvement is about like habits and, becoming better, mental health and like all these things. And while that is good, what a lot of guys specifically want from self-improvement is to make money. And I understand that. Having a self-improvement mindset is perfect for business because what it allows you to do is you make this failure and instead of quitting, you decide, okay, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What can I fix and do better next time? And then once you get to that next point, okay, you did a little bit better, but maybe you didn't get the results that you were really aiming for. So you look at what you did. Okay, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Okay, maybe I should change my marketing message. Maybe I should tweak my offer a little bit. Let's try that. Okay, does that work? Okay, I got a little bit better results. I got a little bit more sales. Maybe I wasn't profitable, but let me change something. Let me tweak this. Let me, do these more ads, whatever it is. You just keep going through that iterative process of keep improving, keep self-improving, keep reading those books and, learning these different philosophies about how to get better at business in general and like learning these principles, then apply it to whatever business that you're doing and then keep getting better and better. And eventually, if you stay in the game long enough, you will outcompete everybody else. Because a lot of the people who you're competing against in this business world, they were where you were. They, heard about this new idea and they're trying something out and they're trying a whole bunch of different things. But their first few attempts, they don't work and then they end up quitting. If you differentiate yourself by staying in the game longer than anybody else was, you're going to learn more things. You're going to have a greater sense of knowledge of how this actually works. You're going to get better and better, and eventually you're going to get those results that you want. It really is that simple. People just lack the patience, and that's understandable. And the thing is, I don't blame you because, again, a lot of these content creators, they push this idea that, okay, you just have to try this thing for 30 days and, it's going to be the easiest thing. That's just marketing. That's just how they want to portray it to you because they want to get views. They want to get more attention, and it makes sense. But you've got to kind of take the veil off and understand, okay, it's going to be harder than they're saying it is, but it still is possible. It still is very real. If other people are making money in this business model, you can too. Another thing I think is worth being said is that you can't give yourself excuses. I know, especially as a young guy, it's very easy to make excuses for yourself because, you're young, you have time, you're still a kid, you're still in school. Everybody else around you isn't so focused on this stuff. And you can kind of coast on this and not really worry about it. But the thing is, you can't give yourself excuses. When you end up running into a roadblock, maybe you need some more money to finance this different thing in the business, or maybe you need some more time or whatever bottleneck that you're facing, you can't make excuses from yourself. Basically, what's going to happen in your business is that you're going to encounter these bottlenecks. Maybe it's financing and you don't have a debit card because, you're underage and, you need to figure that out. Just figure it out. Don't make excuses for yourself. You can ask your parents, hey, can you guys help me make a teen account? Or there's so many different ways to get banking, get a debit card for yourself even while you're young. So that shouldn't be an excuse for you. I'm sure if you tell your parents what you're trying to do, they'll understand and try to help you with this. Maybe you don't have the finances to do the things that you want to. That's completely fine. Find a job, find ways to hustle and make money in other ways so that you can fund that business. Don't make these excuses for yourself because this is what I did for myself. I would set an intention of my mind of, okay, I'm going to, invest $500 into this business. And if it doesn't work, well, that's it. By limiting myself in that way, that was very destructive and it stopped me from making progress. Because the thing is, you may expect that I'm only going to spend 500 or maybe $1,000 max before I like make a profit or anything. But maybe it takes just a little bit more. Maybe you just have to keep investing, keep investing, keep investing, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. And eventually you're going to get those results. Like that's the kind of long-term mindset that you have to have for this thing. It's not going to be this very like quick get rich thing, which all these like influencers are telling you, which is again very marketable. You've got to pull down the veil and understand what it actually takes to be successful in these kind of business models. I'm telling you this because as a young guy, I spent and wasted so much time just switching from different thing to thing, expecting myself to get these very quick results because I was fooled by, the way that these people were presenting things, which I don't blame them. It was, again, I just didn't understand the game. But I promise you, once you keep learning, once you understand the game becomes so much easier because you get better. You begin to outcompete everybody because everybody else is doing the same thing. Everybody else is going from one thing to one thing and never sticking in long enough to actually learn and get better and better. This can literally be the thing that, gives you that advantage over everybody else. Making money online isn't about being smart. I'm sure you've seen so many influencers out there who are dumb as rocks, but they're making so much more money than you. It's not about being smart. It's just about being patient. Being patient with yourself, honest with yourself, and being stubborn enough to stick with it until it works. So my final piece of advice to you is to pick something, stick to it longer than it feels comfortable, and treat every failure as a stepping stone to the next part of your journey. That's the whole game. Don't encounter failure and think, okay, this is the end. I should quit. I should go and do something else. No, failure, okay, take it, learn from it, because failure teaches you a lot. Failure teaches you what the market wants. Failure teaches you what things you need to tweak so that you can actually become successful. Be patient, don't quit, and I promise you your time will come.